Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about what it's like being in an accelerated pharmacy school program. So if you're interested, stay tuned. So I am in a 3-year accelerated program, 4-year being traditional, and then of course there are 0 to 6 programs, and there's also distant learning pathways. So I have 2 years coursework, and my 3rd year will be full rotations. Our curriculum is set up in a block format. So if you think about it, it's called block curriculum because each course builds on each other. So we have a 2-week block, and at the end of the block, we have an assessment, which is like an exam. For a traditional program, like most 4-year programs, they take about 5 or 6 courses that equal maybe 18 credit hours that they're taking for a full semester, and they have finals at the end of the semester. For us, what would be considered a final exam are our assessments, and we don't have anything in between like a traditional program. We don't have quizzes, papers, other exams, and then a final. We only have what is considered a final, and that is on Friday. So we have the Monday before the block off, and then at the end of each block, at the end of the 2 weeks, we have our assessment. We can only pass that assessment with an 80%. For most programs, an 80% is considered a B. So if you think about it, if you get what would be a C plus in another program or below that, that is considered failing. So if you fail the exam, the Monday coming up, so you take that exam on Friday, the Monday coming up, you have the opportunity to reassess. If you fail again, you have the opportunity to remediate. There's a remediation week at the end of the semester where you can take your course, retake it, and if you fail for the 3rd time, you will either be suspended from the program or put on probation, and you're allowed to start back next year. But you can't do the spring because they're blocks. So if you don't move on from one block, you can't skip all the blocks in the spring and take them in the fall. No, they're only offered at certain times once a year. So because you're gonna miss that because you failed, you have to wait until the next year if they choose to take you back. So yes, it is very intense. It is a lot. And because we have that Monday off for those that are reassessing, and because we have our assessment on Friday, that really only leaves us 8 class days to learn the material. We have school from 8 to 3 every day, and then we have a lunch break from 11 to noon. During that lunch break, I don't eat lunch. I take a nap. Sleeping is like one of my favorite things to do, but it also really does help me retain the information, and it helps me feel rejuvenated. Like that hour really is everything to me. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do when I'm back on campus. Yeah, I don't know how that nap situation will work when I'm on campus, but right now that I'm virtual for this fall semester, your girl will be taking naps during lunch. It's been working out. So our first course, our first block was pharmacy, introduction to pharmacy, which included pharmacy calculations and a history of pharmacy. And then this most recent block that I had was on molecular biology and genetics. Now you have to remember, this isn't just an undergrad molecular biology and genetics. It has to do with pharmacogenetics, how the body deals with the drug and how the drug affects the body. So it is a lot more in depth, and the material is a lot. I study 3 to 4 hours during the weekdays and 6-7 hours on the weekends. And we have tutoring from our P2s, so I'm considered a P1. So the P2s are the ones that teach tutoring, and we have tutoring twice a week from 3 to 5. So half of the time I'm getting out of class at 5. I don't need tutoring, but I take every opportunity to earn the grade that I want. Any insight, any knowledge, especially from those that have already taken the course, I'm going to take advantage of, and that's what I do. I make sure I'm in tutoring. I haven't missed a tutoring session, and I really do believe that's why I've aced both of those exams so far, and I'm hoping to keep it up. But yes, that's just a background of what it is like being an accelerated program. We also have longitudinal courses. So I believe there's one longitudinal course per semester. So the longitudinal course we have now is on interpersonal communication. We had our first simulation this past week, and that was on assessing and counseling a patient. Obviously, we don't know how to fully counsel because we don't know the specifics about drugs. So it really was just us being empathetic, being able to communicate with open-ended questions, and give some insight. So that course we have once a week, once a day, every other week. And it's called longitudinal because we have that throughout the full semester. And so our final for that one will be at the end of the semester. So that's kind of the difference between our typical blocks and our longitudinal course. But yes, that's what I know so far. It is a bit tricky because obviously they have to find a way to fit all of that knowledge that, you know, traditional students have into an accelerated program. So it can seem crammed, but I love the idea of focusing on one course at a time. That way I can retain the information better versus me taking multiple classes and having exams random days throughout the week and possibly having 2 exams on the same day. I feel like that would be more of like an anxiety situation, but I also understand how this can be stressful. You know, how your course grade relying solely on one exam is very stressful, and only having 2 weeks to learn what someone else will be learning a full semester. I totally understand. That's why I'm not here to tell you what to do, what's best. I can't say myself because I haven't done a traditional program. But I would highly recommend you do your research. You look at in-state, out-of-state tuition, what is the difference between a public and private school, what distant learning pathways they have. Maybe you do best online. And I think that is the benefit of COVID right now. I think a lot of students have never taken online classes and they're forced to do that now. And I'm sure a lot of people are learning that they learn better this way. For me, I prefer in-person classes. So I am very excited to be on campus, which hopefully will be in the spring, but my school is out of state and COVID is very bad where my school is located. So I'm just praying that things, get better and that I can be on campus. But it's just a lot of differences. Even our class size is small compared to a lot of colleges. I think some colleges have 200 in a class. I think the average is about 100, but our class size is 50 students. And I love the idea of having a more intimate class. I'm sure I'm gonna know everyone. Most of the teachers know me already. They say my name correctly, which is a big deal. But yeah, it is. There are a lot of differences and a lot to think about. So just do your research, find what is best for you. Compare, contrast, everything. So yes, that is just my insight on the program. When I learn more, I will be more than happy to share, but it's only been a month. This is all I know for now. I'm sure I will learn a few more things throughout the semester, but right now I'm feeling really blessed and highly favored and excited for my future. I can't wait till I finally can get my white coat. That was supposed to happen, but because of COVID, no. We're supposed to have our IPPEs in the spring, and then we have our APPEs our 3rd year, and I should be set to graduate in 2023. So yes, I'm really excited. But for some people, the fastest and the quickest way to do something is not always best. It is definitely beneficial, but for some, it just can be a very scary situation, especially when you have so many other things going on. I have a family. I am in school. So it's tough juggling schoolwork and being a mom and social life. So I can maybe talk about that in another video. But for now, I hope this was helpful. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I didn't have anyone that I knew of that was in an accelerated program. So what I learned was from the college, and it definitely helped, but it would have been more helpful to have that knowledge going into the application process. So I hope this was helpful again, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.